Sorry, man.
Why didn't you just pick a different movie? Why'd you torture me like that?
I, I
Well,
just, I just, I just wanted to see what you guys thought of it.
I
I
fucking
just,
hated it. Where's is Ryan? Is Ryan gonna? He says he's unavailable. Hang on.
I don't see you.
You don't see me?
No, or maybe it's in reverse. Is that the camera?
I can see you.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. How about now?
Yeah, yeah,
Jimmy?
yeah. I just wondered what you guys would think about that movie. I didn't get it myself, but
Yeah. Fucking stupidest movie I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, man. Did you want to cancel?
No, I already watched it. We might as well fucking. I might as well gripe about it. Where is he coming or what?
Yeah, he said in a minute or something. Yeah.
Like honestly, I have no idea what that movie was about. Like, fucking
No.
no
Yeah,
clue.
I wondered when I watched it, I thought, how did this get made? Like what like when they were handed the screenplays and stuff, like you think like why do they even it just doesn't seem like it makes any sense.
They should have just taken however millions it was,
Yeah.
uh, took a big shit on the money, and then set it on fire.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I
Wait,
wasted your
let's
time.
not wait. Not wait. Save this stuff. This is all good shit. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just let me.
You're an asshole too, Ryan.
What?
You're an asshole too
Hey man, I gotta record the call because I gotta.
for going along with this fucking stupid idea.
Madness. Uh,
You want to cancel Ryan and do it
no, no,
another
no, no,
time?
no, no,
Oh
no,
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 we
no.
already watched it.
We already
Now
watched
it's
it.
payback. Now you gotta fucking listen to us gripe.
This is eye for an eye now. This is.
Yeah.
This seems like justice to me.
You're gonna sit there until your fucking legs go numb.
Wait, just guys, can you bear with me? I need some time because my laptop's a piece of shit, and I need to record it on my laptop.
Yeah,
I
go
wish I
ahead.
could do it on my phone, but I can't.
I think Dave wants to stab me in the eyes.
I think that's the wrong Greek tragedy.
Holy fuck, boys. And I was so sleepy. It just made me sleepy. Maybe I could just cancel the whole thing.
Wait, can you stop recording?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Why?
because I can't record.
Well, that's not my fault.
Well, I need the video.
I'll just send you this one.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, all right. Wait, how long you been recording then?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. All right. As long as you got it, that's all right. All right. So we're on. Okay. This is an official show now. Wow, this got real, guys. My name's Ryan.
Dave.
And
Andrew.
Andrew
Special
Campbell.
guest Andrew.
Yeah.
The most hated person in my life right now.
Oh, by the way, guys. By the way, before I came on, I did a little tiny bit of research, and I went to Rotten Tomatoes to get some critics' thoughts on this film, and one said, and this ties into us. Hold on. This is the feel-bad film of the year. Recommend it to someone you hate. So, Andrew, why do you hate us so much?
Oh God, man! I just tell you the truth. I've been feeling this inner hate for such a long time, and I just wanted to tell you how I truly feel about you both.
He didn't want to suffer alone, Ryan. That's what it is.
I guess.
This movie's been rattling around in his head since he's seen it, and now he's like, yeah, I need to commune with someone about this.
This is like this. It's like
Misery Loves Company.
this is just science, you know.
for I have sins.
Energy is not destroyed; it has to be transferred. And so I understand why he felt the need to unleash, because there's no way he could contain all of this within him or his beard. By the way, guys, this film was directed by a fellow named Yorgos Lanthimos. Now, doesn't that sound like a 15th century medieval conqueror?
Yeah.
Like the kind that you would bring back to life with some kind of blood curse?
Yeah, it sounds like someone who should be waterboarded and fucking electrocuted.
Actually, I would agree with you, but he did do a film that I'm a big fan of called The Favorite. I don't know if you've seen it. It was up for a bunch of Oscars last year. It's about like the Queen of England, who's like this woman child who's being manipulated by these two. Anyway, it's a great film. It was a good film. I would recommend it, even though you have no good thoughts about this man after this movie. I would still recommend it. He also did that weird movie I hear. It's called The Lobster, also with Colin Farrell. So that's interesting.
Oh my god, that was a 10 compared to this fucking movie.
I didn't see that. It's on Netflix.
The Lobster?
Yeah, I think it was on Netflix.
It's just same fucking stupid shit. This guy sucks. I don't even want to know his name anymore. Fucking
Yorgos Lanthimos.
It's like fucking. I'll never get that time back.
I think he's Greek. Which explains why that he based this film on a Greek tragedy. Apparently, one I'm not familiar with, so anything I say about it now will be from reading, not from any pre-existing knowledge. But anyway, the floor is always open. What?
Yeah, Andrew, why don't you share some thoughts?
Well, I just wanted to inflict pain on you, Jay. That's it. No,
it worked.
Misery Loves Company, man. No, I don't know. I watched it and I thought I didn't get it, and I wondered why they were talking so slowly, almost like robots. And I thought, is that a place in the world where people talk like that, or is that real? And I just didn't get it. I didn't know what happened. The truth is, I watched half of it, and then I watched the other half like a week later or something like that. But I thought, yeah, I didn't get it. Those two kids, like his kids, got some sort of neurological disease. And what was that about? And then,
well, from what I could gather, it doesn't really explain how Martin, that weird kid, was able to cast this curse upon the whole family.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was. I figured somehow he hacks them or something.
Yeah, basically, but it never explains why he can do that. How, or I guess you don't need to in a spooky fucking supernatural film, but I mean, everything else about it is like mundane suburbia, and then weird performances. That's weird, but I gotta say though, I had to find some enjoyment out of it. So, you know, if you're gonna sit there for 2 hours, you gotta make the best of it. So there were a bunch of like darkly.
I know what scene Ryan likes.
Explain, Dave. Go ahead.
The one in the car with Nicole Kidman.
That was one of those that was fucking making me laugh.
That's my favorite scene. He's like, "Oh, thanks, Andrew. Made my day."
Maybe they're over medicated. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't remember reading that in the Greek myth.
you reading the Greek myth.
And then Galactus has had his member choked by
Euripides.
Tita Police. They little fucking Nicola Kidman.
So yeah, that was a funny bit.
All right,
but-
okay. Does anybody have a theory? Like, you must have a theory, Andrew. Like, I
I
have
think that kid
a
was.
theory, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I kind of think that kid was kind of evil, and he hexed those kids, and then. But I didn't get the end. Like, what? Why did he shoot his own kid? Like, what was the point of that?
Because that was the
That was a
weird kid
ritual or something.
no, he's like, you gotta kill one member of your family to even the books. Like it was a eye for an eye type thing. Because he thought that he killed his father on the operating table because he was drinking.
Oh, right.
As weird as it is, the whole plot is simple as fuck. Oddly enough. Oh, but what I was gonna say, I want to see if you guys share this. So the two scenes that made me laugh, like I was not expecting to laugh, and I was surprised into it, and I couldn't stop. Was when Colin Farrell is just his reaction when he's taking his kid for a walk in the hallway, and he tries to prop him up, and then he just lets him go, and he just. And he has like no compassion on his face or anything, and just that reaction alone or non-reaction, it just killed me. And then he picked him up, and he like did it again, and he dropped him again. Still no reaction. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm a sick fuck for thinking that's funny, but something about it. And then the second one was when they're arguing in the kitchen, and after he's like throwing all the silverware and shit, and he's like ranting and raving, and at the end of the scene he goes, he's like, "You wouldn't happen to have any pubes on you, would you? Of course you don't. You never have the things we need." And then it just cuts to the next scene. Go back and watch how he reads that line. Oh my god. I had to rewind it like 5 times and watch it again. I was in tears. I mean, come on. If anything else, that was brilliant.
I think I would like to have Nicole Kidman's pubes. I think I would cherish those.
You got a room filled with plastic we don't know about?
Jamaican mythology around like a woman's pube. That's why some Jamaican guys won't eat the food of someone they're sleeping with. Because if they put a pubic hair in the food, then the men become it's like a love hex. They'll be stuck in love with that person.
So I guess they don't want pubes in their food. They don't eat at Waffle House much, do they?
So yeah,
what's that sound? There's a sound.
I think it was the doctor the whole time, in my opinion. I think he was feeling guilt for what he had done, and I think I don't know. I think that story he told about jerking his dad off, I was like, okay, so maybe he's been diddling kids, right? Because he puts he anesthetizes his wife. Well, doesn't, but they role play that she's like that she's under. They role play that she's like we call it frozen.
Yeah.
Or under anesthesia. So, and it feels like he was diddling kids and everything. To me, everything was in his own mind. That's why everybody sounded the same. That's why everybody talked the same.
Okay.
That's my theory, but I could be wrong.
I thought that's where it was going, like for the first part of the movie, and then he's like, "You should come and meet my family. I think they would get along with you. I think you would get along with them." I'm like, okay. maybe this is not going where I thought it was. Yeah, that's a valid theory. Hey, as far as I know, okay, it's open. This movie's fucked up and weird. So, yeah, that's the leading candidate so far. I would just defer to whatever the Greek myth is. I haven't really looked it up since I mentioned it. You guys keep talking.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get it. I guess that makes sense though. Like he befriended that kid because he killed his father, eh?
Yeah.
Like that was something that I didn't.
Who's making noise with their
Yeah,
hand?
are you rubbing the desk or something, Andrew?
Because it's all they can.
Sorry there. Yeah, I was moving there. I was following myself here under the table.
Off screen, which is apropos to this movie. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm flicking my lighter around.
That's an old idea, right? It's biblical, that idea of sacrificing your son for,
pay for your sin.
Like, wasn't it Isaac or something who took his son and was going to kill him for God or something?
Yeah, but this predates that. There's some Greek shit. It all feeds on the other. Shit, can't find it. But anyway,
I'm not saying that's the exact myth. I'm just saying it.
No, I mean,
it parallels.
I know. Yeah.
In Africa, they cut off. In some parts of Africa, they cut women's clitorises off for like a religious purpose. It sounds horrible.
Those people should be fucking shot.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yep.
Yeah. And how gruesome, you brought it up, you know how gruesome that is? Sometimes they just use a really sharp, like a sharpened rock. So it's like, it's not even surgical. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Those guys should be fucking just done. Shot and fed to the fucking whatever, the jungle fucking animals.
Mean like Carol Baskin's husband?
Yeah.
Check that fucking septic tank.
So you were looking something up, Ryan? What are you doing?
Yeah. So the killing of a sacred deer, where that came from, apparently is a so the simplest version of her story, dating back to the 5th century. This is the story of Iphigenia. Dating back to the 5th century BCE, is that Agamemnon, the king who led the Greeks into battle against the Trojans, not the condoms, sacrificed his daughter Iphigenia for the sake of the war effort, but unsurprisingly, it's a lot more complicated than just that. Basically, Agamemnon went hunting in a grove he wasn't supposed to. He killed a sacred deer of Artemis, who is the goddess of hunting and all that shit, and brought upon a curse on him and his family. From what blah 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 blah. Yeah. Agamemnon accidentally killed a sacred deer that belonged to Artemis, and she requires blood in return. Iphigenia is told she'll be married off to Achilles, but instead the marriage is sham to hide her murder. Blah blah blah. That is essentially the plot of Yanthimos' movie. Heart surgeon Stephen accidentally killed Martin's father on the operating table, and Martin demands the sacrifice of one of Stephen's loved ones as compensation. It's the only thing I can think of that's close to justice. Martin tells Stephen's wife Anna, in his words, locate us firmly in the world of the ancient Greeks, where death is usually answered with death. Yeah.
See, like
Iphigenia at Aulis. That's what it's called.
The doctor should have just shot himself.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, just fucking sacrifice yourself. But
he's so vain. He never even thought of that. He never even considered that he would be one of the people to pay the price.
Yeah, because he did the deed. And like Nicole Kidman says it to Martin at some point in the movie. He's like, why should I have to, or my children have to pay for this? Right? And she had a point. One that Colin Farrell never considered. Yeah. So we're learning as we go through this review. I just look at Dave's reactions to this movie still. It's just simmering in his mind. I can see it. He's like, I can't believe I'm still fucking here doing this and talking about this.
Well, no, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
My eyes, that's all.
Oh. Just for future consideration, like from this point forward, should we just stuff that's on Netflix?
What?
Should we just each pick something from Netflix going forward so we know for a fact we can all stream it?
Sure.
And I propose that we do a little homework, you and I, and pick like 5 movies going forward that we might want to watch, so we're not caught unawares about what we want to watch next week, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Awesome. Oh, that's a weight off me mind. All right, so back to The Irishman, who's
Have you seen The Lobster, Andrew?
No.
Yeah, you should watch that all right after this podcast.
Are you sure? I thought you watched everything on Netflix.
That's another piece of shit.
I thought you watched The Lobster.
What's it about?
Yeah, Dave, what's it about?
I don't know. Same shit this movie's about. Fuck all. Fucking stupidness.
Isn't
It's an art piece.
I guess it is in a way, you know, like I guess you kind of have to be in the mind frame, but there's so many other movies that are like worth watching, and we ended up watching them. I think my brain has solidified. Like, I don't think there's any more plasticity. I don't think I can be open-minded to weirdness anymore. You know, when I was young, I used to love the stranger the band, the more I like them. The more obscure, the more bizarre their performances were, or their songs. And now I don't like that music anymore. You know what I mean? I used to enjoy the films that were, you know, I guess esoteric, as it were, or just like, you know, unexplained and sort of just kind of like you don't know what's going on. But now I like to know that there's something going on. You know what I mean?
Well, there's something going on in this movie. But if it's not registered or clicking with you, then you're gonna fucking hate it. Like that's individual taste, right? Like I can't say there's nothing going on here, but did it speak to me?
What are your thoughts then, Ryan? What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? Hey, I appreciate a good Greek parable retelling of any myth like that. I find it interesting how old, ancient myths and stories can be reinterpreted in the modern day with modern technology, modern characters, and stuff like that. So I like that kind of stuff. You know what? I don't know where I stand on this movie because, like you, I think I'm getting to that point where it's like I might be a little more easily turned off to something that's like so fucking bizarre. Whereas I don't know if it's that or if it's like watching a David Lynch movie for the first time, right? I mean, a lot of people love David Lynch movies, but like if you were not familiar with a lot of different movies that tried different things, and you were mostly a straightforward movie watcher, and then you saw like Eraserhead or Blue Velvet for the first time, like, do you hate it, or is it like this is so far beyond anything I've seen before that like I revolt against it because it's so different that it's not in my comfort zone of what I watch. I don't know if that's the case here because I have seen a lot of strange fucking movies in my time, but I don't know. I thought there was a lot of darkly funny things about it that I don't regret watching it. It was interesting, and I do like the Greek myth aspect of it. And for what they are, the performances are, I won't say good because I don't think that word really applies here. They are very specific. It's unlike anything I've seen Colin Farrell or Nicole Kidman do. So, props to them for going out of their comfort zones, I'm sure. It's funny, Colin Farrell has been in my week a lot. So there's this movie, and then a couple times I've caught Minority Report on TV, and I kind of sat down and watched it. And the other day I watched that Guy Ritchie gangster movie, The Gentleman, that came out in January. And that was a lot of fun, and he's really fun in it. So yeah, this was the week of Colin Farrell in my domain here. Weirdly. Dave, what
How
else
about
do
you,
you think?
Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew.
What?
What are your thoughts?
Didn't I already give you my thoughts?
Say you're done?
Yeah.
Andrew, what you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan explained it well there, and you did too, Dave. Good job.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, I think I'm more. If I come on next time, we'll do something, normal.
a little more digestible to the mainstream. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is I'm guessing for you, Dave, this is a hard no, a hard pass.
What do you mean?
Like, would you recommend this, Dave? Hard pass.
Fuck no.
Andrew, what do you think?
I don't think anybody would ever watch this movie twice. Like anybody.
Unless they're in film school.
Yeah, I guess they're in film school. But I don't think anybody would buy this DVD and be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this like 5 times,
Yeah, it's not that movie.
I don't think
that's another thing. I do love let me say the name because I like saying it. Yorgos Yanthimos and his style of filmmaking, like the wide fucking shots, like
it kind of looked like Stanley Kubrick's movies.
Yeah.
Some of the and the music with the music and the way the camera moved.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It kind of had elements of The Shining too, like when they're going through the big fucking house and it's like wide frames, like there's a lot of space, and I know Kubrick, Justin would always fucking point that out. Thanks, Justin, friend of the show. He's not watching this, but Kubrick would always do that. A lot of wide shots, picturesque, framing. So Yorgos, that's kind of his, and the tracking shots. He does a lot of those too, and he did a lot in The Favorite, from what I remember, where he would it's like walk and talks, kind of like West Wing, only instead of tight close-ups, it's fucking you're in a hallway, but the frame is like this, and it just like tracks backward as they're walking. Yeah, it seems to be one of his signatures. I've only seen, I think, 2 of his movies now. I think it's this one and The Favorite. Jeez, did I watch anything else? I'm not sure. Huh. Anyways. I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about.
You know that movie Hereditary?
Say again, what?
Did you guys do that movie Hereditary?
No. No, we did not.
What happened in the end of that movie?
Oh, maybe we shouldn't spoil that. I'll tell you off recording. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you
Okay.
when we're done recording. And then when we do that spoiler-filled episode, we'll invite you back.
Okay.
Penny for your thoughts, Dave.
There are none. I already told you it's a piece of shit. I fucking hate this movie.
Let me ask you this: which would you rewatch first, this or The Long Good Friday with Bob Hoskins in the shower? You're like, rip my left ball off or my right ball
My
off?
eyes open?
Yeah, you have to.
Now you're like doubling the fucking torture of this movie.
By the way, there's a great reference to The Long Good Friday in that movie, The Gentleman, which I appreciated the most because I do like that movie, which Dave did not. But it was kind of brilliant. I did enjoy it, and I would recommend that. The Gentleman, that is, with Matthew McConaughey playing the same cowboy guy he always does, but in London.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Wow, we're just in this uncomfortable place now where we're just excruciatingly slogging through this thing together like a pipe from the Shawshank Redemption.
So how many bleeding eyes would you give it, Andrew?
I give it 11 bleeding eyes out of 10, or minus 11 out of 10.
I give it 2 bleeding eyes. My own.
I'll give it. I think I need more time with thinking about it. I'll say 5, like right down the middle, because there was some stuff I did like about it. As much as that might surprise you.
All right, what movie do you want to pick for next one?
We're done already. This is the shortest episode ever. Okay. Since we didn't get to do Her, which I did rewatch yesterday in preparation for the show. I still recommend anybody checking it out, even though we didn't get around to it. I will pick, since I did do a little bit of legwork before it came on. Guess what, man? We're doing the original. We're going old school. The fucking grand poobah of cinema, The Godfather. That's right. Oh. We're doing The Godfather. Part uno.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And it's pretty long, so you might want to watch it like The Irishman in 1 hour sittings, possibly. I don't know. Got lots of time, though. You might sit it in one. You might do it in one sitting.
What made you pick that?
Well, I've been meaning I wanted to rewatch it at some point in the near future, and this seemed like a great opportunity. And hey, I get to talk about it too now, so yeah.
Did you guys see that he was a real gangster in the New York family? He was on a Mike Tyson podcast. He talks about all his time in the mafia and like how he like got out.
Oh yeah.
His name's Michael Francis or something, or Francine or something.
Yeah, he was a guest on the Unspooled podcast when they did their review of The Godfather, or Part 2, I forget. But yeah, he does his own podcast too, where he tells stories, right?
Does he? Yeah.
And he played Carlo, who was the Michael's brother-in-law, like the one who married his sister, who was like abusing her in the movie.
Oh, he was in that movie?
Yeah. They hired like real, like authentic guys for a lot of those roles, and sometimes like hid their weaknesses within their performance, which was interesting to hear about. We'll talk about it when we get to episode.
Mm.
But yeah. So he played the abusive brother-in-law who Michael fucking spoiler alert. It was 1972. Fuck off. You don't know what I'm talking about now. Then I have no sympathy. But yeah, that guy's stories were interesting, and then he was telling about how he met. Oh wait, am I thinking of the wrong guy? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong guy. There's another guy who knew Marilyn Monroe before she became famous or whatever. And oh yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, it is. And he's telling about how he hooked up with her, and then how he was like in the mafia, and then how he moved on to do The Godfather and shit. Very interesting. So I forget the guy. What?
He was lucky to be alive. He's lucky to be alive because you can't leave the mob, right?
Yeah, you never leave. Just when they thought he left, they pulled him back in. Yeah. So The Godfather is it. Been a while since we did like a bona fide AFI Top 100 classic. I'm looking the guy's name up right now. Sorry. Gianni Russo. Johnny Russo. Johnny Russo. That's it. Yeah. Interesting guy. I don't know why I'm plugging his podcast and stuff, but hey, whatever. The people need new content, so there you go. All right, guys. Is this the end of our journey into Yorgos Lanthimos?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Say that name. Yeah, say that name 3 times. You'll bring a curse upon your family.
You'll fucking nod off again.
I should pick another Yorgos movie in the future. Just anyway. No, I won't do that to you, Dave. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, Godfather 1.
Godfather Part 1. We're gonna rebound.
Andrew, get that clip I sent you?
Yeah, the drums. Yeah,
Did you listen to it?
I did.
Okay.
I don't think I could play guitar over that. I think I need a more, I don't know, rocky rock and roll drumlister.
Okay. I'll send you a different.
I'll see. Yeah, I'll let you know what if I get on it, but I'll listen to it again.
All right, guys.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna check out this. There's movie's done.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing Godfather. Dave, you're gonna send me that video, and then I will post it, and people will watch it as we're talking right now.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
44 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys tonight, I guess, for the stand-up.
Oh yes, we will be meeting as comedians later.